What if I told you there's a secret the billion-dollar men's health industry doesn't want you to know? And it's not in your medicine cabinet, it's in your kitchen. Hello, my dear friends across America. I'm here to talk about something deeply personal, something many of us face as we get older but rarely discuss openly: the quiet struggles with vitality and confidence that can creep in with age. You might be feeling like your body isn't quite responding the way it used to, particularly when it comes to blood flow and intimate health. It's a common concern, but one often met with silence, or worse, with the idea that pills are the only answer. But what if the solution was far simpler, more natural, and sitting right in your pantry? My friend, if you're over 50, you've probably noticed that things just aren't what they used to be, physically. Maybe you feel a nagging fatigue, a certain sluggishness where there used to be energy. And for many men, this also shows up in frustrating moments when things just don't respond the way they used to, particularly in the bedroom. The common belief, pushed by Big Pharma, is that the answers come in a pill bottle. But your body, my dear brother, already knows how to heal if you give it the right tools. And those tools, surprisingly, aren't prescriptions. They're in 4 specific, common, and affordable foods you can eat tomorrow morning. Let's cut through the noise right now. Weak erections aren't just about age. More often than not, they're about what's on your fork within 10 minutes of waking up. Dr. Katherine Rocker, a men's health specialist with over 20 years of experience, has seen it time and again in her practice. A silent breakfast trap sabotaging blood flow where you need it most. And she says 99% of men over 60 are making this exact mistake every single morning. Your morning meal either fuels healthy circulation to the groin or slowly strangles it, day after day. That choice, my friend, truly adds up. Here's what shocks most men. Many either skip breakfast entirely or grab something quick and empty, like a slice of toast or just a coffee. While that might feel convenient, it does nothing to support the nitric oxide your body needs to relax blood vessels and restore pelvic strength. By the time you reach your 62nd, your natural production of nitric oxide has already dropped significantly. This means the smooth muscle tissue in your groin area isn't getting the oxygen-rich blood flow it once did. This leads to less energy, weaker firmness, and more circulation issues than you'd like to admit. But what if a simple food, overlooked and underused, could flip that script? Let's talk about the first powerful food: black beans. You might be surprised, but just 2 tablespoons of black beans in the morning can support healthier blood flow where you need it most. This tiny serving delivers a powerful blend of L-arginine, magnesium, and anthocyanins, nutrients your body depends on to open up blood vessels and improve circulation through the pelvic region. If you've been dealing with tight, cramping leg muscles, sluggish blood flow, or those frustrating moments when things just don't respond, the issue could trace back to what's missing from your plate in the morning. Black beans help reverse that naturally. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Aren't beans just gas-producing carbs? That's a common misconception, my friend. With proper preparation, like soaking them overnight or using a pressure cooker, black beans become gentle on your stomach and powerful for your health. Nutritionally, they are richer in essential amino acids than many so-called protein bars you'll find at the grocery store. Plus, they come with a built-in bonus: a high-fiber content that helps stabilize blood sugar and keeps digestion smooth. No crashes, no spikes. Dr. D. Fonca Hernandez, a leading vascular researcher, recently published findings showing that just a couple of tablespoons of black beans can boost nitric oxide levels to levels comparable with low-dose prescription vasodilators. That's right. Something as basic as a properly prepared spoonful of beans can help your body do what drug companies charge a fortune for. So, how do black beans actually work inside your body to restore blood flow where it matters most? Black beans are packed with L-arginine, a critical amino acid that triggers a powerful chain reaction. Once inside your body, L-arginine stimulates an enzyme called eNOS, or endothelial nitric oxide synthase. This enzyme signals your blood vessels to relax and expand, allowing more oxygen-rich blood to reach the groin, the legs, and every area where circulation often suffers in later years. And that's not all. Black beans contain anthocyanins, a natural compound that cools inflammation by regulating nitric oxide production. Too much inflammation clogs things up, but anthocyanins help restore balance, so the nitric oxide your body produces actually reaches the tissues that need it. Then there's the soluble fiber. It helps strip away excess LDL cholesterol, the kind that thickens your arteries and slows down circulation. Cleaner arteries mean less resistance and stronger flow, especially during physical activity or during those moments when you need firmness and confidence. Black beans also carry natural compounds like ferulic acid and caffeic acid, which shield your blood vessels from oxidative damage. This protection helps preserve the nitric oxide you're working so hard to produce, so your body doesn't just make it, it keeps it working longer. Within the first few weeks, many men report warmer hands and feet, fewer nighttime leg cramps, and more reliable firmness in the morning. That's a sign of circulation coming back online, not just in your limbs, but in the pelvic region where blood flow matters most for masculine health. Don't just take my word for it. One of Dr. Rocker's patients, a 8-year-old retired school teacher, started adding a spoonful of black beans to his oatmeal 3 mornings a week. After just a month, he said he could finally walk the full golf course again without that dead leg fatigue. But what really lit him up, he said, was that mornings started feeling normal again. No pills, no pressure, just progress. Now, a quick note on using black beans the smart way. Start small, about 1/4 cup, especially if your body isn't used to fiber-rich legumes. Rinse them well before cooking to wash away the oligosaccharides. Those are the compounds that can lead to gas. If you have gout, keep portions modest, as black beans do contain purines which may worsen flare-ups in sensitive individuals. And if you're taking blood thinners, be aware of your vitamin K levels. Black beans don't contain huge amounts, but it's worth tracking as part of your routine care. The real win here, my friend, is how something as basic as a spoonful of beans can make you feel strength returning in your thighs again. This is the kind of power that doesn't come from a bottle. It comes from real food, grown in the soil, the kind your body understands and responds to. Now, let's move to the second powerful food. Imagine a creamy, nutrient-dense option that not only improves blood vessel elasticity, but also helps your testosterone work smarter. The second powerhouse breakfast for better circulation down there is a warm bowl of steel-cut oats topped with toasted almond flakes and prehydrated chia seeds. This isn't just comfort food, it's targeted nutrition for your arteries. Dr. Rocker calls it part 2 of the circulation quartet. And it works because it delivers 3 things your body needs right away in the morning: steady energy, muscle support, and vascular repair. Many men, as we discussed, skip breakfast altogether, going straight for a black coffee and nothing else. It feels efficient, but your body reads that routine differently. Cortisol spikes, muscles tighten, blood vessels constrict, and by mid-morning, you're dragging. That second or third cup of coffee isn't helping your stamina. It's just covering up a bigger issue: weak blood sugar control and poor nutrient timing. Others go for a quick pastry or sugary cereal, which sends blood sugar on a roller coaster and leaves you exhausted by noon. You deserve better than that, my friend. Instead of a sugary breakfast or nothing at all, prepare a 5-minute bowl of steel-cut oatmeal topped with toasted almonds and a spoon of chia seeds soaked overnight in water. This simple switch can transform how your body feels before lunch even arrives. You're giving yourself a base of complex carbohydrates for steady energy, not a spike and crash. The chia seeds bring fiber, protein, and hydration to slow digestion and support sustained energy. And the almond flakes add healthy fats and magnesium, both critical for muscle and blood vessel function. The secret lies in the steel-cut oats. They're loaded with a fiber called beta-glucan, which helps remove LDL cholesterol from your bloodstream. Clinical trials show that just a bowl a day can lower LDL by up to 10% in 4 weeks. When cholesterol drops, your arteries widen, and that means stronger, steadier blood flow to the parts of the body that rely on healthy circulation to function properly. Oats also contain a rare group of compounds called avenanthramides. These natural antioxidants activate the same enos enzyme we talked about earlier, the one that helps your body release nitric oxide and relax blood vessels. They also suppress a pathway called NF-κB, which drives vascular inflammation. When that pathway quiets down, your blood vessels stay flexible and responsive. In one study, men who added oats to their diet saw a 1% increase in flow-mediated dilation, a key marker of vascular health. That might not sound huge, but in vascular science, 1% means real improvement in how your arteries behave under pressure. Now, let's talk about what happens when you add chia seeds to that oatmeal bowl. These tiny black seeds actively support your blood vessels. When soaked overnight in water, chia seeds form a mineral-rich gel that hydrates your digestive tract and creates a smooth, slow energy release throughout the morning. But what makes chia truly effective for circulation is what's inside that gel. Each seed delivers a natural compound called ALA, or alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. In people with metabolic syndrome, Alabama A has been shown to reduce arterial stiffness and lower blood pressure without medication. This effect isn't mild, it's measurable. Chia doesn't just help you feel full, it gently encourages water release through the kidneys, a natural diuretic effect, reducing the pressure your heart needs to overcome to push blood through your vessels. That means less strain on your circulation and more efficient blood delivery to your limbs and pelvic floor. One of Dr. Rocker's patients, a 64-year-old accountant with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, switched from sugary box cereal to this simple oatmeal almond chia combo. After just 8 weeks, his labs told the story. His endothelial progenitor cells doubled, which is your body's repair crew for damaged blood vessels, and his insulin resistance dropped by 12%. But what struck him most wasn't the numbers, he said, and I quote, "My confidence in the bedroom came back before my lab results did." That's the kind of feedback that sticks with you. Now, a few smart tips for preparation. Soak the chia seeds overnight in water or unsweetened almond milk. Dry chia seeds expand rapidly, and if swallowed without hydration, they can swell in the esophagus and cause discomfort. Oats are generally well tolerated, but if you have celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, make sure they're certified gluten-free. Avenin, a protein in oats, can still trigger reactions in some people. And finally, while almond flakes are loaded with magnesium and polyphenols, they are calorie-dense. Stick to no more than 2 tablespoons if you're watching your weight. What you've built with this bowl is a form of vascular rehabilitation through food. The soluble fiber in oats sweeps LDL cholesterol from your arteries. The polyphenols in oats and almonds repair the lining of your blood vessels. And the hydrating, anti-inflammatory effect of chia seeds keeps everything flowing, especially down there where circulation makes a direct difference in how you feel every day. This is more than breakfast, my friend. It's your body's software update in edible form. Before we jump to the third food, I'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite topping for oats that helps with blood flow? Do you use cinnamon, berries, cacao nibs, or something else? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. And your input helps others build better habits, too. Next up, green tea. One of Dr. Rocker's patients, Archie, is 72. Sharp wit, still does crossword puzzles in pen, but he came to her frustrated about something he hadn't shared with anyone. His energy and performance were dipping, especially in the bedroom. No stamina, no drive. He wasn't looking for pills, he just wanted to feel like himself again. They didn't start with a prescription, they started with his routine. Archie was drinking soda every afternoon for a pick-me-up, he said. Dr. Rocker asked him to swap it for one simple drink, hot sencha green tea. That was it. 3 weeks later, he walked into her office and grinned. "Doc," he said, "my kettle's cheaper than Viagra." Now, you might think green tea is just flavored water with caffeine. That's a mistake. Green tea, especially high-quality sencha, carries something soda never will, a powerful compound called EGCG. This catechin activates a biochemical pathway in your blood vessels that boosts nitric oxide, the molecule your body needs to widen arteries and get healthy circulation moving again, especially in the pelvic region. EGCG stimulates the P3 Kelvin Act pathway, a cascade that gets your body's own endothelial nitric oxide synthase working again. That means more blood reaches those lower areas with less pressure, less resistance, and more reliability. And this happens fast. One clinical study showed that a single cup of green tea increased flow-mediated dilation, the ability of your arteries to expand, by up to 30% in just 2 hours. Compare that to black tea or energy drinks. Green tea preserves more gallets, the active components that fight oxidative stress and protect your nitric oxide from breaking down. So, if you're starting your day with oatmeal and black beans for breakfast, good. But adding a cup of green tea in the morning or swapping out that sugary drink in the afternoon can be the step that brings blood flow back to the places that matter most. And in case you're wondering, Archie still drinks his sencha every day. Not because he has to, but because it works. In clinical studies involving patients with coronary artery disease, men with serious vascular problems, a daily dose of 300 milligrams of EGCG improved blood flow to the pelvic region. That's a measurable change in the arteries that control how well things function during intimacy. Archie didn't just feel better, he had proof. After 6 weeks of drinking green tea daily, his follow-up duplex ultrasound showed an 18% improvement in cavernosal peak systolic velocity. That's the actual speed at which blood flows into the penile arteries. For context, even a 10% increase can improve confidence and physical readiness. Archie got nearly double that, with no pills, no side effects, and no guesswork, just a teapot and consistency. Now, if you're considering making green tea a daily habit, and you should, here's how to do it right. First, don't boil the life out of it. Use loose leaf sencha, about 2 grams per cup, and steep it in 80 degrees Celsius water, not boiling. 3 minutes is all it takes. Go longer or hotter, and you'll destroy the very catechins your arteries are craving. For best results, drink a cup in the morning. This sets your nitric oxide levels for the day. Then, if you plan to be intimate, have a second cup about an hour before. That timing activates a short-term vasodilation effect, meaning blood vessels expand more easily when you need them to. If you want to get more out of each cup, add a squeeze of lemon. The vitamin C triples catechin absorption in your gut, which means more nitric oxide, more circulation, and better results, without adding any extra calories or sugar. Now, green tea is powerful, but that doesn't mean more is always better. Stick to under 5 cups a day. High doses of EGCG, especially from concentrated supplements, can stress the liver, particularly if you're on cholesterol medication like statins. If you're taking medications like sildenafil, space your green tea at least 2 hours apart. Green tea catechins can interact with liver enzymes that affect how those drugs are processed. It's a simple timing tweak that keeps everything working smoothly. Some men worry green tea might lower testosterone. That only happens at extreme doses, far beyond typical drinking levels. And even then, it's minor and temporary. For most men, the benefits to circulation far outweigh any hormonal shifts. Every sip of green tea writes a new vascular script for your body. Smoother flow, more flexible arteries, a quieter heart, and for many men, a quiet boost of confidence where it matters most. In the next section, I'll show you the one common pantry food that, when added to breakfast, multiplies green tea's effect and helps keep testosterone, energy, and stamina steady through the day. Think about this, my friend. A simple handful of blueberries, something you can hold in one palm, has the ability to widen your arteries before your smartwatch even tracks your first 500 steps. These small dark blueberries are packed with compounds that go to work fast. Within just 2 hours, they start improving blood vessel function, helping your arteries relax, and deliver oxygen-rich blood more smoothly throughout your body, including the areas responsible for intimacy and stamina. For men over 60, this kind of natural support is critical. Now, maybe you've heard the pushback. Fruit has sugar, it's bad for blood sugar levels. That sounds reasonable until you look at the numbers. A full cup of blueberries has only around 10 grams of naturally occurring sugar. That's less than the amount in a slice of bread. More importantly, blueberries contain anthocyanins, plant compounds proven to stabilize blood sugar and promote vasodilation. In other words, they don't spike your insulin, they support your blood vessels. And the timing matters. Right after you wake up, your body is in a vulnerable state. Your nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for helping your blood vessels expand, is low. Meanwhile, oxidative stress is elevated, meaning your arteries are under more pressure than usual. This is exactly why blueberries belong on your breakfast plate. The anthocyanins they contain help kickstart nitric oxide production and reduce oxidative stress. That means your arteries become more flexible and ready to circulate blood efficiently, especially in the areas that tend to weaken first with age. Clinical research shows that eating 240 grams of blueberries, about a full cup, can improve something called flow-mediated dilation, or FMD, by up to 2%. That might sound like a small number, but the truth is, a 1.5 to 2% boost in FMD means your arteries are expanding better, blood is flowing more efficiently, and oxygen is reaching areas that tend to lose function first, especially the lower regions tied to energy, intimacy, and confidence. This isn't just a one-time effect. When you eat blueberries regularly, those circulation improvements become long-term. That's because of what your body makes from blueberry compounds, natural byproducts like protocatechuic and vanillic acids. These metabolites actually influence how your genes regulate vascular tone, manage inflammation, and control how cells stick to artery walls, all of which matter for keeping blood moving freely throughout your body. On top of that, a consistent blueberry habit has been shown to lower systolic blood pressure by 5 to 7 points, a meaningful drop for anyone dealing with hypertension or poor circulation. And yes, nitric oxide goes up too, meaning your blood vessels are more responsive and more open to letting blood flow where you need it. Let me give you a real-world example. One of Dr. Rocker's older patients, 70 years old, a former smoker, and someone who was on daily medication for blood pressure and performance issues, started a simple habit. He added frozen blueberries to plain yogurt 3 mornings a week. That was it. Nothing extreme, no overhaul. 6 months later, they measured his brachial artery function again. His FMD had doubled from 3 to 6%. He told Dr. Rocker he felt more alert, more energetic, and yes, more confident in the bedroom. He ended up cutting his ED medication dose in half with his doctor's guidance and said he felt 10 years younger. Now, you might be wondering, is this safe for everyone? For most people, absolutely. Blueberries are low in vitamin K, so they rarely interfere with medications like warfarin. But if you're on blood thinners, check with your doctor anyway. They are a bit high in oxalates, so if you've had kidney stones before, stick with half a cup instead of a full one. So what does this all mean for you? Every time you eat a cup of blueberries in the morning, you're supporting circulation in real time. Think of your arteries like early morning highways. Blueberries turn on the signals, clear the road, and let traffic your blood flow exactly where it needs to. And yes, that includes the areas linked to stamina, performance, and self-assurance. This is a small step with a big message, my friend. You haven't lost it. Not even close. Something as simple as a sweet, dark blue fruit can start turning things around quietly, consistently, and powerfully. You've made it this far, my friend, and that tells me everything. You care about taking control. Now, let's talk about the next step. The one action you start today, not next week. Seniors, you're not coasting. You're choosing to fight for your vitality. And right now, you've got the tools. But tools only work when you use them. Let's make breakfast your daily power move. Tomorrow morning, pick one of the foods we covered. Just start. Perfection isn't the goal. Consistency is. Your body responds to small daily wins. That first hour after waking, it's prime time for your circulation. Skip breakfast or wait until you're starving and you miss a critical window. Your blood vessels are most receptive, and your muscles are ready to absorb nutrients. Do this right, and you'll notice real changes. Warmer sensations in your groin, steadier energy in your legs, stronger steps climbing stairs. Many of Dr. Rocker's patients report better sexual responsiveness within weeks. Even better, improved sleep and a renewed sense of hope. She's seen men in their 80-second regain ground they thought was lost forever. Here's what 20 years in men's health has taught her. Aging doesn't strip your strength. It only takes what you stop defending. Too many men surrender belief before their body falters. But right now, with this plate, change is yours to make. Let's quickly revisit your 4 circulation-boosting foods. First, black beans, packed with magnesium to relax blood vessels. Second, oatmeal topped with almond flakes, and add chia seeds for an extra nitric oxide punch. Third, green tea. Its catechins fight inflammation in delicate tissues. Fourth, Blueberries. These tiny warriors combat oxidative stress in your pelvic arteries. And remember, timing is everything. Eat one within 60 minutes of waking to set your circulation, energy, and confidence for the entire day. Reclaim your mornings. Let your fork become your most powerful tool. You're still writing your story. Seniors, this is your next act, and it starts tomorrow at your breakfast table. If this gave you practical hope, help other men find it. Hit like, share this with a friend who needs it, and subscribe. Every click supports this mission. And tell me below, drop a 1 if you'll try one food tomorrow. Drop a 0 if something's unclear so I can help. Your feedback builds this community. Thank you for trusting me with your health today. Take action. Take care. And I'll see you in the next video. Keep fighting. Disclaimer: this video is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not intended as medical advice. Always consult a licensed healthcare provider before making changes to your health, diet, medications, or lifestyle. This content does not diagnose, treat, or cure any condition. Results may vary.